Good morning, all members of the Shrewsbury Committee that are present today. We are here today in memorial of the passing of the late King Bhumibol, who dedicated his life to the good of Thais and was widely respected worldwide. Although a few minutes of memorial cannot convey all that he has done for us, it is only suitable for us to gather here today.
Before the ceremony begins, we would like to invite Mr. Miller to place the flower garlands in front of His Majesty King Rama IX's portrait and say a few words.
Good morning, everyone. We have gathered this morning to commemorate the late King, His Majesty King Bhumibol, gone but not forgotten. King Rama IX was a monarch, a leader, a unifying figure, and above all, the father of the nation. Whilst he may have passed, his memory and teachings continue to live on. Even as someone who was a king and could have lived sheltered behind a life of luxury, King Bhumibol was a humble person who understood happiness in simplicity and sufficiency, in peace and cooperation with honesty and well-being. His Majesty's teachings are all things we can implement in our lives and our school community. At a time where division, conflict, and tragedy are in the news, both close to home with the floods and the very difficult bus tragedy a few weeks ago, and further away across the world as well. King Bhumibol's work on the power of collaboration, on building community across groups and cultures, on building a future together, are more important than ever. As such, King Bhumibol's legacy continues to inspire generations of people. Not just his great works, his immense contributions to practical issues across Thailand, but also his model leadership. Quietly courageous, educated, considered, courteous, strong, and kind. Looking at some of the news, we may sometimes feel helpless or powerless in the face of terrible and dramatic events outside of our control. But we don't need the trappings of power to change the world. We don't need to shout. We don't need to hold the stage or be the center of attention to make a difference. Greatness comes not from position, from privilege, status, or title. It comes not from what we say or promise. It comes from what we do and how we behave with others. It comes from the measure of the difference we make to society, our communities, and the lives of others. Each and every one of us can aspire to greatness in the model that King Bhumibol has provided. We are thankful for his teaching and for the time we have to reflect on his life. We shall now have a brief moment of silence to reflect.
The late King Bhumibol devoted his life to the well-being of Thailand, creating countless projects to improve the lives of his people. His compassion and tireless efforts continue to inspire us to live with kindness, to know contentment, and to stay determined in what we pursue.
Now please remain standing for the King's Anthem.
Ah
you may sit down. Our beloved monarch is revered more than a father, for he has given us more than life itself. His love and sacrifices nurtured us, instilling kindness and determination. Though he is no longer with us, his teachings and the path that he set continues to guide us.
If Thailand were likened to a tree, he ensured that this tree grew strong, rooted in kindness and perseverance. Let us follow in his footsteps and carry his legacy forward, so that his love and efforts thrive within us for countless generations to come. Now, please enjoy as the choir sings, พ่อจะอยู่ในใจเสมอ
จนหมดลมหายใจ
Thank you, choir, for the beautiful song. Our King will forever live on in our hearts, and we will continue to follow his example. Thank you all for your presence this morning in memory of the late King Bhumibol.
As we conclude today's ceremony, may we be inspired to follow in his footsteps, continuing his legacy of kindness and care for one another. ขอบคุณครับ
ขอบคุณค่ะ
Now you may all go to break.